Yeah, well, I guess good day inside the Coliseum for both programs. So happy to get that one. In a weird way, we needed that. To be honest, I think Texas was the only other time we've trailed at halftime this year, so we hadn't had that feeling, that experience to go through, to draw off of. So, I thought there's several things that we will take from this game. I thought we were so much better in the second half, so completely opposite of the last game or a couple games ago. I guess last game against UCF where the halves were flipped. I thought BYU did a great job. I mean, I thought their game plan, we hadn't seen that. That was a little bit different. We had to adjust to it. I thought it took us a little while to adjust. And we ended up taking a lot of threes. I think they probably wanted us to take a few of those. But I liked it. I thought they were good looks. I think we shoot the basketball well. I want our kids to continue to take the right ones. I thought our defensive effort was fantastic. The turnovers those were big time. I thought our offensive rebounding saved us. So we took 28 more shots. That's a huge statistic for us. On a night where you shoot 35%, you better find extra possessions and different ways to score. And when you win the turnovers by 23 and offensive rebounding by 9, what is that, 30? What's my math there? But whatever that is, 23 plus, 9? Yeah. So that's a lot of extra possessions. And we needed them because we weren't making a whole lot of shots, and they were collapsing and really trying to take away the paint, I thought. And they changed defenses, and we went to some different lineups. And so it was good for us to go through that, to have a fourth quarter and be at home and have to execute a little bit, turn it over a little too much in the fourth, so we got to clean that up. But 8 for a game was reason to celebrate in the locker room because we hadn't done that a whole lot this year.
It seems like JJ has now started to find her stride. After that Colorado game, you said that she's looked good in practice. What did you see from her tonight when no one was really scoring the basketball and then she puts up 19? What did you see from her tonight?
Yeah, well, she was on the attack. I think she would like to have a couple of those shots back. I thought she forced it a little bit tonight, but I still like the aggressive, like her being aggressive, looking to score, attack. Is what we need. The 5 assists were good. Probably could have had a couple more as well if we could have hit some shots because I thought she had some nice reads on the drive. But no, her in attack mode right now is what we want. She has still been better since we came back, and I anticipate she'll be pretty good as we continue to move forward.
You mentioned the threes. 10 of your first 11 shots, I think, were threes. Like you said, most of them were pretty good looks. But I mean, is there a balance there of becoming overly happy from the perimeter, or do you need to kind of have a better balance?
Yeah, we need a better balance. Well, that first group can all shoot it. We shoot it at all 5 spots. So we grow to kind of understand that we may take a few of those early. As long as we are getting paint touches, I think that's still the most important piece to that. So those shots are coming from the inside out, and we're making extra passes. So I thought we did that. We didn't make, I don't know how many of those we made. It wasn't very many. And so that's what we have to be careful of. And, we got to find different ways to get layups and get points in the paint. It's something we have to monitor, no doubt.
Mark, can you tell us about Winnie and her impact on the team in that pregame ceremony?
Yeah, we've been with Winnie for a couple years in Team Impact, and it's just been a fantastic family. Winnie's got a great personality. Our kids have learned to kind of rally around her, and we've done everything with her, from she comes to the games to arts and crafts to they've been to practices. We've gone and read to her school, and so it's just, I think our kids, though, honestly get as much out of this as probably even Winnie does, if I was being honest. And we try to be involved. We want to do the right things. We want to give back. But they've been great supporters of our program, and it's just our opportunity to give back to a special kid and a special family.
Do you have a particular favorite memory or anecdote from any of those?
No, really all of those. I think that arts and crafts day was pretty good. I don't remember, there was 3 or 4 of us up there. That was a pretty neat experience, and they literally were just drawing and having fun and cutting, and they had the scissors and the glue, and just Winnie seemed to kind of be in her happy place on that day. So all of them have touched us in some capacity. I wasn't at the reading, but I know that was pretty cool too when we showed up for Winnie, and I think her classmates thought that was pretty cool that the Mountaineers showed up in support of her.
Coach, you were talking about maybe kind of needing this, but you also mentioned the second chance, the offense rebounds and turnovers, and it's still very much a game in the fourth quarter. Is there some level of disappointment there, though, as well? Or
at this moment, no. When I go back and rewatch it, yes, there will. There'll be just stuff we have to clean up, and that's okay. But I really feel like right now we needed a game. We just haven't had this feeling a lot, and we needed to be in a game, and we needed to overcome some things. And on a night where we didn't shoot it particularly well, we needed to defend, and our home court, feel the crowd. Like that's going to come into play here as this season progresses. So I thought we battled. We weren't perfect, but I thought we battled really, really hard on a night where offensively we just didn't make shots, and that's okay. You're going to have nights that you don't make shots, and you better figure out a way to win. But I don't want to make that feels bad. Like, no, we won with our defense, and on a night where it could have gone the other way, and we got a double-digit win in league play. So we're going to take it, move forward, and we'll get better from it.
You say that you needed a win like that. As a coach, is it better if it comes early in conference play, or does it really matter?
At this point, it doesn't really matter. I mean, the goal is to continue to get better, and you do want to do that. But, you get to a point, not that we've done this all the time or have that expectation that we're just going to blow people out. That's not the way we assume the Big 12 is going to go at all. The majority of our games, though, have probably gone that way. We got into a game on the road at Colorado, and we didn't close it the way we needed to. And so we needed to have another one of those now to have a belief and understand what it takes to do it and how good and dialed in you have to be defensively. And, to turn a couple, those starting guards over like we did, like that's pretty big time for us. And to do it when we didn't score, we didn't shoot it very well. Like that happens. That's what our game is about sometimes, and you have to find other ways to win when you don't have it all clicking, and that's what I'm the most proud of is we had to do that, and we did.
Coach, what did you learn from some of your youngsters in that fourth quarter? Because you say you needed to have a fourth quarter like that, and you played Jordan Thomas and Sydney Woodley and CeCe Riviere. What did you learn from them?
Yeah, no, I think they're learning, and I think I've said this in here before. I think any new kid in your program takes until about December, January to really for the light to kind of click, and I think I'm starting to see it kind of click. Maybe some role definition helps a little bit where we're starting to understand, what they can do. Woodley, I think, ended up with one steal, but I don't know how many deflections. We tracked that, so we'll find out how many deflections that kid, but I just think she wreaks havoc on the basketball and had some effort plays, and so that was huge. CeCe was really good. That was her career high in rebounds, so happy for that, and we needed that, 4 of which I think were on the offensive end. They had gone zone, so we kind of tried to run some things through her a little bit there. And Jordan's growing up. Still makes some freshman mistakes from time to time, and we turned it over too much. I think she had a 3-second call in the fourth quarter and some things like that we got to clean up. But we need that group. We need those 3 off the bench for sure to be really good, and I think they're growing up.
And Coach, getting back to community impact a little bit, what's it mean to you, not just here in West Virginia, but in your stops in Texas, to make sure that whatever program you're leading, it's not just a two-way street with the community that you're in. It's like a 2-lane highway.
Yeah, well, like the life outside of basketball is one of the pillars that we have in our program, and that goes into all sorts of things. As a coach, I want to give them a life outside of, so it's not just all the time basketball, that they do have, an opportunity to enjoy the things or hobbies, that are important to them. There's a life outside of the giving back to the community. I think we're blessed. We're in a fantastic position to give back. I think a lot in women's basketball, though, that's how you build a program too, though. And, if we can go get to know the kids, well, if the kids want to tell mom and dad they need to come to the game, then somebody got to bring them. And they don't come by themselves, and so it helps attendance, so you get that. But just the impact, and, when we do, we call it the victory lap right after the game, and we win, and we go around, and you're watching all those kids sign, our players sign autographs for all those kids and taking pictures, and, we get letter and we get mail, and they draw stuff up for us, and one little girl made pillows for our team, the other day. You're like, yeah, that's when you realize you are having a positive impact. And we have great character kids, and when you have great character, you want to showcase that, and so we want to get out and about as much as we possibly can. But we've done it from the little guys. We've been to the nursing home and played bingo with them. We've gone and talked to the veterans, so we've really tried to hit all the different groups, just in whatever our players' passion is, we'll go that way.
You were just talking about the 3 off the bench tonight. Is this pretty much kind of like your core, or what you're kind of like looking at now moving forward, or would this just happen?
No, I think it's just what this game called for. I mean, it was 8. We can play 8. I would probably prefer to play 9 or 10 this time of year. Later in the year, maybe you can get down to 8, but no, we're going to need probably 9 or 10 here as we move forward. It's still game 3 of the 18-game league schedule, so I want to be a little careful there.
How do you feel about the team's post defense tonight? I mean, the Big 12 is a league that has a lot of good bigs and centers that are efficient down low. How would you feel about the defense tonight down low?
Well, it was okay. I mean, I know you're asking because she had a double-double, but part of it is you can, when you play a team like that spreads you and plays 4 guards and shoots it as well as they do, you want to give up space and allow kick-out threes, or do you want to kind of let them see if they can go one-on-one with us? So, yeah, I don't think we were great, 11 of those rebounds were defensive, so those were a bunch of our misses. So I'm not going to lose any sleep over that one. So it's something that we constantly look at. We do talk about our post defense. It was okay. I don't think it was all that bad, and I thought we limited some of their perimeter stuff by the way we defended in there.
I don't know if I've ever seen a game where Jordan shot the ball quite and I kind of look. You can go across the board there, and this was just maybe the only off game she's had in her career. Just anything there, just one of those nights.
We'll just chalk it up to one of those nights. There's probably a little more there, but that's not for us to talk about in here. So she's fine. She'll be fine. She just had a little minor injury that was bothering her that no one would probably know about, but she wanted to play and wanted to battle through it, and then, so she gutted it out as much as she could. So super proud of her for that. That's a tough kid that missed a practice and didn't know if she would play, so, yeah.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, everybody.
Good.